People are crazy.
For those of you who don't know, Hoyt Webb has been sitting in jail since June 7th, the day that he shot Thomas Hatch, while he was live streaming to his Kootenai County Press YouTube page. Just like in the clip that we just saw with the gentleman in the car, Hoyt claimed that it was self-defense, that other people had weapons, but conveniently enough, none of these weapons ever appeared on video, and he was videoing everything. He was a man that was looking to do someone harm that day. He intentionally went back to his car, claiming, "I'm Second Amendment, bitches," while getting his gun. This was not self-defense, and I am so glad the courts were able to see that. I really hope they used his videos as evidence against him. I really do. Because if they went through his videos, that was a slam dunk. And I think he knew that. I think he knew there was no way he was getting out of this without a conviction. So he took a plea.
Some new information emerging tonight on a case we've been following out of Spokane involving an activist and a man suffering from homelessness that led to a shot being fired. Hoyt Webb, the man accused of shooting another man while on live stream, did plead guilty in court today. Now, Top Local's Ainsley Anderson was in the courtroom at the sentencing this morning and spoke with the victim's brother. Good evening, Ainsley.
Sean, yeah, Hoyt Webb pled guilty to the Class B felony this morning and is now facing 39 months in jail. Also at the sentencing this morning was the victim's brother.
It could have dropped off. Normal people would. I don't know what else to say. I can't even look at it. It's hard.
Eric Kessler is the brother of Thomas Hatch, the man who was shot on live stream earlier this year. He was present at the sentencing this morning, awaiting the ruling. Prosecutors say Webb was pretending to be a member of the press while walking near Division and Short in downtown Spokane.
Yes, Your Honor.
While live streaming to YouTube. Witnesses say he was heckling people on the street. When he shot Hatch, Webb claimed he was acting out of self-defense.
Charging you with second-degree assault. What is your plea today? I plead guilty, Your Honor.
Despite pleading guilty, Webb stuck with that defense. Judge Dean Chuang listened, but sentenced him to over 3 years in jail. The victim's brother, though, not satisfied, because Hatch lost a kidney and half of his bowels, along with damage to one of his coronary arteries.
I still don't believe what he got was fair.
On top of the 3-year sentence, Hoyt Webb is also facing 18 months of community custody, as well as a 10-year no-contact order with the victim. Live in Spokane, I'm Ainsley Anderson, Nonstop Local.
So while I agree with the victim's brother, I don't believe this was a harsh enough sentence for the crime. There are some silver linings. Number one,
That's the problem. The courts are real easy on the frauditors. The frauditors are winning, okay? The police don't help us out. And frauditors are winning, okay? And the courts support the frauditors. Not us, but the frauditors. We're going to have to handle this ourselves without the courts and without the police.
That's not, actually.
Yeah,
That's,
you can go
that's
ahead,
harassment.
ma'am. I can keep him right here so that you don't need to be recorded.
You're fucking harassing me right now.
No, I'm not harassing. You're harassing people.
Get the fuck away from me, dude. What is your problem? What
You're
is
my
your
problem.
I'm
You're my problem.
All right. Shh. Dude, stop. Stop.
I don't need to. It's my First Amendment right
No, it's not.
to exercise my free speech.
Just
to
get in
not
my
be a-
fucking face. No, it's not.
I
Get
can do
out
this.
of my face.
I can do this.
No, it's not.
As long as I'm not touching you, I can do this.
I'm not touching you. I'm not. That's what you're really doing now.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and stand here, and I'm going to keep people from doing this. It's aggravating, isn't it? It's aggravating, isn't it? It's aggravating, isn't it? It's aggravating, isn't it?
This is what we're gonna do now.
Yeah, I'll follow you around all day.
How long you?
I don't have anything to do today.
Okay. Hmm? Yep.
Oh, he's over here.
How you doing, sir? Here's the deal.
Yeah.
Right now.
Oops,
you
there
have
was a
right
jump.
to hear, record, and all that. But
Yeah.
as soon as you
Whoa,
say-
whoa, wait.
Hmm?
A jump.
Yep.
Oh, he's over here.
Here's the deal. Jump.
you doing this? Okay. Here's the deal.
Yeah.
Right now,
Joe.
you have every right to
Yeah.
leave.
Okay, he cut out some vital information. Because he's an asshole frauditor. You want to deal with a frauditor? How do you deal with a frauditor?
You said you wanted to know how to get Capone. Do you really want to get him? You see what I'm saying? What are you prepared to do?
Everything within the law.
And then what are you prepared to do? If you open the ball on these people, Mr. Nash, you must be prepared to go all the way. Because they won't give up the fight until one of you is dead.
I want to get Capone. I don't know how to get him.
Want to get Capone? Here's how you get him. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way. And that's how you get Capone. Now, do you want to do that? Are you ready to do that?
If you're going to take on the frauditors, you're going to have to be tough. And you're going to have to be a hell of a lot tougher than these anti-frauditors. I mean, all they do is poke holes in the air with their fingers and they do a lot of rhetoric. But they're not doing anything. Oh, I'll call the police. Yeah, and see where that gets you. Oh, we'll take him to court. Yeah, you saw what happens.
You know, frauditors auditing post offices should be a past tense for plenty of reasons. Like number one, poster 7, when read past the first paragraph, prohibits all filming at post offices minus previous permission. And there's another major prohibition.
The U.S. Post Office leases and pays rent on 23,000 properties all across the United States. The agency only owns 8,400 properties. The USPS is in the mail business, not in the land business.
Now, we'll get back to that auditor myth in a moment, but back at the Brentwood Post Office.
It was so surreal and so out of the ordinary and shocking to see.
Violence at the Brentwood Post Office as a camera crew puts a customer in a chokehold and stomps on the man's head.
All I could think of, that anybody would think of, is George Floyd, the guy who was having trouble breathing.
Josh Paris captures it all on his phone. It was 8:30 a.m. Paris checks his P.O. box and sees a costumed character on his way out.
All right, what are you out here for at the post office?
Freedom of expression.
Freedom of expression.
First Amendment rights. Constitution.
He and his friends are self-proclaimed First Amendment auditors, part of an online group called Impact Media that stand for freedom of speech and peaceful assembly. Though this was anything but.
What do you call yourself?
What the hell?
Shadow Bugman?
No, Shockwave.
Fitting, because 15 minutes later, he and his troops definitely send shockwaves through the post office. It starts with this elderly woman hitting the First Amendment defenders with her cane, trying to shoo them away. Paris says a bystander named Robert tries to help the woman, and the violence quickly escalates.
Thrown to the ground, strangled around his neck with somebody's arm and a foot stomped on his head.
Paris says he and a few others call 911, and one of the attackers runs away. But when LAPD arrives, that First Amendment defender returns, camera rolling. Officers quickly put he and two of his buddies in handcuffs while paramedics rushed Robert to the ER.
Where he was having trouble moving his neck, and he was hyperventilating. And as the few minutes went by, his breathing got more labored, and I could see he probably needed medical attention, which he finally got.
Well, today let's talk about two related crimes. The misdemeanor offense of assault causing bodily injury and the felony offense of aggravated assault. Even just causing someone pain is enough to get someone charged with a Class A misdemeanor of assault causing bodily injury.
What are the maximum penalties for felony and misdemeanor assault? The main difference between the two are the potential maximum penalties and the
stomps on the man's head.
Well, let's go back and clear up that major auditor myth, which involves post offices being public or private.
The U.S. Post Office leases and pays rent on 23,000 properties all across the United States. The agency only owns 8,400 properties. I mean, as soon as we posted this story on our Facebook page, folks were making all kinds of comments, like this one here. We're going to bring it up in the center. And it says, the USPS bought nothing. The American
Post offices, and thus they can claim it is their building.
While paramedics rushed Robert to the ER.
Where he was having trouble moving his neck, and he was hyperventilating. And as the few minutes went by, his breathing got more labored, and I could...
Come on, gang. Work those thighs. Who's got a pelvis? Now do some arm circle things. Add a little jazz to it. Now do this. Now let me see you boogie. What's my name? Johnny Jam Boogie.
Hey, man. Eat a Snickers. Why? Because you're Johnny Football. Better? Better. Who are those ladies? Don't worry about it.
You're not you.
To operate on a large scale may be referred to as organized crime. Criminal gangs, groups, or drug cartels plan and carry out these crimes. Organized crime exists all over the world. Organized crime is a category of local, national, or international groupings of centralized businesses that are run by criminals. The criminals make money illegally, unlike their legitimate counterparts, entrepreneurs, who operate within the law. Organized crime specifically refers to criminal activities that are planned, coordinated, and carried out on a continuing basis. Financial gain is by far the criminal's main motivator, but not in all cases. Some organized crime groups operate more like terrorist organizations.
And false 911 call. The Corners doesn't have the 911 call.
That's bullshit.
Which put a $105,000 bond on all of us.
Oh, boo-hoo. Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
I can't really take the credit for this because Oompa Loompa is the one who discovered it. But whoever that DA is that's charging these fools with organized crime, I truly believe this is a perfect way to stop this frauditing trash altogether. Because look at it. Criminal organizations causing trouble.
Once again, flex your freedoms with the lies. If they were threatening their house and their kids and all that stuff, then why isn't it on camera? Why aren't you including that footage in your little documentary? Oh yeah, that's right, because it didn't happen. You would have footage of it. These frauditors never stop recording. Why aren't you including it? Anyways, and for those who might be confused if this guy is really blind, he's not. He might have a small visual impairment, but he's really playing it up so he can play the victim and have additional rights when he goes in courthouses. And so far, it has never worked for him.
God damn it.
Do what?
Right now.
Heated for their liking, they run to daddy government to file a complaint, like total Karens. I mean, how dare you post this video? Don't you realize that it makes you look like a total loser? I guess they don't have any shame, they don't have any pride, so to them it really doesn't matter.
I think I missed some of this.
You can point them out? You want to point out the three guys that put hands on you? And what's going on?
And this is what they always do. They start a confrontation, and when it gets too heated for their liking, they run to daddy government to file a complaint, like total Karens. I mean, how dare you post this video?
That's what they do.
Let me get my stuff back.
No, you ain't getting shit.
bag, bitch. Get the fuck off me. Get off me. Get the fuck off me. Get the fuck off me. Get off me. Get off me. Get the fuck off me. Get off me. Yo, look at him. What the fuck am I doing? What am I doing? You hit him. Just because you got my... This is my shit. He stole it. He stole it. He stole it.
Hey, get off. Let it go then. No, cops are coming. Hey.
Now, in this case, the frauder whipped the guy's
I'm
ass.
going to end it here, whereas I try to keep the videos at 30 minutes and under. And this video was an hour and 40 minutes long now, okay? He harassed a bunch of shop owners. And the idea that he didn't include the part of him recording the minors, which some of you might think maybe it didn't happen. Well, funny how he left this part of the confrontation he had with the father. That, to me, shows me that, yes, there was a part of the video that he didn't include of him recording minors while they were eating. Okay, so, again, just to ensure that his videos would get clicks and views, he left this in. Now, again, I'm going to say California police, they're full of shit, okay? Would you believe that the father was the one who got arrested in this deal here?
Yeah.
Okay? Understandable that the officers didn't get to see the video like we just saw it, okay? Because as you saw, once the father was on the ground, he was hitting him with that tripod. So if anything, both of them should have gotten arrested, okay? Unfortunately, the father got arrested for taking the setup from him, the cell phone and tripod, but this asshole should have got arrested too for hitting a guy while he was down on the ground. So again, I'm going to send this copy of this video as well as the original copy to the Fox News reporter Haley Winslow, who covered the incident at the Brentwood post office, okay? Because I'm thinking most of you know that Long Beach Observer was one of the individuals who got arrested in that deal, okay? This has to show a pattern. This video has to show a pattern that these knuckleheads are going out there harassing private businesses all in the name of creating content. Not a story, creating content just to make money online. And YouTube, shit. YouTube, in my opinion, needs to be sued as well. They are complicit in this shit because they continue to pay for these kind of videos that are giving these guys the motivation to go out there and harass the general public, damn it. So I'm asking you guys also to put your input. Here's the link, Fox reporter Haley Winslow at Fox.com. I need you guys to send emails and let them know about these assholes, okay? Impact Media put this link up on his channel so that his viewers would redress the frauditor, redress the reporter for calling him a clown or whatsoever, okay? So I need you guys to counterattack that, okay? Let the reporter knows that this shit has been going on for quite some time and is going to continue until something happens, okay? So I hope most of you guys get involved. Steve, once again, I thank you, my friend. You are one of the reasons that I continue to put these videos.
Another thing that was said, and I can't find it, but I heard it before. Somebody said we ought to boycott the post offices. Hell yeah, we should. Go to UPS. Post offices, first of all, they don't give a damn about Poster 7. And the post offices, they're the ones that are tolerating the frauditors. Hell yeah, we should boycott the post offices. For sure we should boycott the post offices. For sure, because they're not following the rules, they're not enforcing them, and they don't back us up. They're backing up the frauditors.
Enjoy!
Sir, I don't want my children being filmed, please. Can you not film my children, please? They're minors.
Can you just take care of your business, ma'am?
Why do they want to film children? It's called human trafficking because children are good for drug mules. This is the father doing nothing? Dude, you ought to beat the living hell out of this frauditor. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do, but you ought to beat the living hell out of this son of a bitch.
Those are my children.
I'm proud for you.
I do not want them on any video or any of that shit. Please.
Okay.
There is a thing called human trafficking, and yes, children are being kidnapped and sold for human trafficking and used as drug mules. It's what happens. Welcome to America, and the post office, which tolerates this shit.
The investigation, and I just got those people walking out the door, which they didn't want me to, and I got them walking out the door.
Those are my children.
Okay, well,
Stop filming
okay,
my
well,
children.
I got them. I got
Do you
them,
understand me?
and they're going on the internet.
And they may get kidnapped.
Take it back.
Yeah, tonight.
Do not put my children.
They will be on there.
And they are targeted for kidnapping.
I don't need it. This is public.
Hello?
This is a federal building.
They're minors.
Take care of your business.
Why the hell this guy doesn't have the shit kicked out of him is beyond
You're
me.
telling me what to do.
This guy is worse than a petulant child, isn't he? And don't worry, ma'am. He's just there to...
No. He's there for human trafficking. That's the problem. Okay? That's the problem. Okay? That's the issue.
I have no answers.
You get it on?
What happened to the window up here?
I don't want to discuss anything with you guys.
Why? Aren't you a public servant? You work for Jefferson County, don't you?
They're government employees is what they are. Okay?
Ramsey, just come on, mate.
No, just I'm asking. Who asked you filming me? Who asked you? Who asked you?
Am I going to have to phone the police?
Sorry?
Am I going to have to phone the police?
What are you doing?
Don't touch that. Don't come anywhere near
So
it.
you're going to ring the police?
Yeah.
Because you just assaulted me.
I haven't assaulted you.
What are we going to do?
I don't want it to be recorded.
So don't come over to me. I'm filming.
You can't.
I'm flying a drone right now.
Yes, over our property.
Not right now, it's not. It's up there. Sorry, so why are you going to call the police? Don't call the police.
You're going to have to get physical with these frauditors. That's all there is to it. I mean, I don't know what to say, you know?
Families, but we can really protect everybody by doing this, by doing the big movement.
What specific change are you looking for?
Just a complete ban on assault rifles. I don't think any civilians need them except for military and police officers.
You could potentially literally be talking to millions of gun owners right now.
Oh,
Would
absolutely.
you and who own assault weapons? What would you say to them right now?
They don't need them. They don't need them.
So you want to create a law that's going to make them a criminal for holding something that they didn't harm anybody with?
Yes,
Do you want them to be criminalized?
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Would you-
There's no need for them. If they want to go hunt, they can have a shotgun. They can do it in controlled settings. If they want to go shoot something like more than a shotgun, then they can go to a gun range where everything is controlled. It's in a controlled setting. They don't need to have it on a personal concealed weapon license and have it anywhere else outside of those settings.
So we're talking about you're for government control.
I'm for government control. Yeah.
Do you trust your government that much?
No, I don't. I mean, I don't trust them that much, but I do think that this is a step in the right direction.
We've got the propaganda going on the Jumbotron screens. I don't know who the chick is that was just up there, but she said if they give us a bump stock ban, if they give us an inch, we'll take a mile. And that is the concern of every gun-owning American. In a nutshell, straight from their own mouths. So do you have any personal views about the issues?
Well, I'm a huge Second Amendment supporter. I don't think we should go take extreme measures to try to prevent school violence, because there's always going to be violence no matter where you go. We just need to have, I think we should...
Okay, so here's the deal. People say guns should be legal, people shouldn't have guns, blah, blah, blah. And they're telling the government to enforce these rules, yet they don't trust the government. Yeah, you know, some people aren't thinking this thing through. And people relying on the police are not thinking matters through either. People, you're going to have to start thinking for yourselves.